Hey guys, John here, Vapor Technologies. Today I want to walk you through and give you guys a plant tour of where we're at and what we do and who we are. So let's take a walk. So we're about to go into the office building here. The office building, we have 10,000 square feet office space, room for us to expand and grow. Right now we're probably using about half of it between the sales team and all the other administrative, human resources and support. And of course the marketing guys that always are behind the camera. But we're going to walk you through and show you a little bit about our offices here and where we're at. And this is something you can expect if you guys show up here. So a little bit of history about the property. The property was built in, well, the early 1900s, late 1800s in some of the factory. This was an old textile facility that I purchased in 2017 for the company, and we've been renovating it ever since. But this was some of the office space that was renovated probably in the late 70s, early 80s, and then we've come in and since renovated it again. But we have, you know, our front reception area. We have a conference room behind us over there, and we have just a bunch of office space and cubicles that everybody works out of. And this allows us to get away from all the noise and a lot of the busyness that happens in the other part of the factories, which we're going to be able to see here in a minute. You guys will get to take a little tour of that. This is always the most fun part about this building for me back when we were renovating. I mean, if you look down the hallway, it's just like a hallway that goes for days. In here, though, is where the marketing magic happens. So you guys don't get to see the behind the scenes a lot. And then in here, this is a new addition for us. We've been super excited about. We've been waiting for years. We have our studio now, so we can film anything at any given time, right on the bat, right on the fly. As everybody knows, I'm kind of spontaneous, so I just call in and say, hey, well, let's grab the cameras, let's do some filming. But we're about to go in here. This is the sales portion of the company. We have cubicles that we have ready for new salespeople. So if you're looking for a sales job, come on board with us. We consistently throw up data across the TVs every day so people know where we're at and what we're doing and what the sales goals are and so on and so forth. And then this is where if you were a customer, you're going to be coming into. This is the main spot that you're going to show up and talk to your salesperson. We have a bunch of different applications that we've shown off here on the table where VHT really works and fits well. And something I'm super excited about. You guys have been seeing the videos, but we're doing a bunch of half and half comparisons of different materials. Stainless, aluminum, carbon, titanium, so on and so forth. But let's get out of the offices. Let's go take a plant tour. So these buildings have a lot of history. They, in my mind and in my opinion, these buildings helped build the backbone of America today. And so it's been really exciting for us to be able to renovate and redo and repurpose these properties and really give them new life and new meaning. This property was set abandoned for about 10 years before I came in and purchased it. And most people didn't want to touch the property just because of the poor condition that it was in. But we came in and again gave it a new meaning. You know, we split the property up into different sections, so we have other companies that work out of here as well now. And we also assist some of those companies that work here with our metal fab division that we'll show you in the back later. But we get manufacturing. We love manufacturing. Right now we have a total of, I think, 32 employees on board. And it's pretty wild to think. When I started the business in 2012, it was just me and one other person. And today we're at 32 people. So something that we're super proud of, and I'm very proud of. And again, just to be able to repurpose these buildings and stick a company in there, it's even more exciting. A lot of people wonder probably how many square foot we actually occupy and manufacture out of. We're probably close to 50,000 square feet right now. And we have more expansion room to grow in the future as we continue to grow pretty rapidly like we have over the last few years. But up here, this is the front of the property. We have tons of room for festivities. We have more space for more buildings if we need that to grow in the future, which is one of the reasons I purchased the property, so we could grow and expand. Those of you who are business owners that are watching the video, you know that space is a premium, and space is very difficult to find, specifically in today's world with real estate prices so high. But we have the space covered. We can really grow and scale like we want to and like we're going to. And let's go in the factory here. We're gonna walk in and we're gonna show you a little bit about how we do what we do and how we build awesome products for you. So as the guys can show you, this is our main assembly line up front in one of our buildings. And I'll just give you a glimpse down through the assembly line. But we have an assembly line built. We can build right now at least 25 machines a day comfortably. On this one assembly line. And again, we have another 30-some thousand feet that we're looking at expanding into to create multiple assembly lines for different products. But this is what we do. COVID has drastically affected the entire world, as everybody knows. It's really made the supply chain aspect of this business more challenging and more difficult. We can build products, sometimes we're missing parts, sometimes we have to wait weeks on things, and so we're constantly trying to find solutions. But back when I began the business, it was super easy to get parts here within a week or less, but that's all changed now. This is a different environment that we're in, and we're trying to shorten our lead times up for customers because customers expect things quicker nowadays, thanks to Amazon Prime. But yeah, this is our assembly line. This is really where the magic happens. This has always been the most challenging part of the business, which is assembling products and making sure they're assembled correctly and tested. We do everything here except powder coating and different molding processes to make our polymer parts. That's the only two things we don't do. We engineer, we troubleshoot, we build, we do control panel wiring here, so we wire everything up from scratch. Everything is done here. So we're super stoked about that. I mean, we are truly, you know, a one-stop turnkey facility where we can do it all. We can control the different times and lead time issues that some companies have. We can control all of that. And we've invested in people, we've invested in equipment, and we've invested in systems to help us speed up production. And you know, a lot of our customers from the past understand that, you know, there were growing pains that we were going through back in the day, and there are growing pains we're still going to handle and challenge with, but you know, we're getting faster and faster and faster and better as we go along. You can see just we have all this equipment waiting on certain parts. These are all sold orders. Everything in the warehouse is sold. It's always sold. There's nothing in here that's just a stock product. At any given time, you could see 50 to 100 machines in the warehouse. And then we're gonna go on back to, actually, let's don't skip the showroom real quick. This is where we do a lot of testing for customers. We do trial parts processing. We test prototypes in here. This is where things really get shaken down and we figure things out from here. This is the fun part of the building. This is where people get to destroy things. This is where people get to help rebuild and make a better product. And this is where you as a customer come to do some demo work and some trial parts processing, which is in here. But we're always grateful for the support from the customers and people continuing to support the business, because we ourselves are here to support those people. So we offer things like the lifetime warranty, the trade-up option, and that has helped grow our business exponentially, because we're telling people that we stand behind our product, and we do. We stand behind it 100%. That's why we've invested in corporate aircraft to fly across the country, to service equipment, to sell equipment, to go and meet you as the customer. So we've invested a ton of money in this company. But back here, we're in the shipping department. You guys can see some of the boxes that are waiting to go out. So you might be the lucky customer that gets your product videoed in this video today. On average, our goal is to ship, well, as many products as we can a day, but we do have a dollar number that we try to ship out the door that makes sure we're still staying profitable. But again, you know, our assembly line, just to give you an overview of how many machines we can produce a week, like right now, at least 25 units a day. So And that's with just a few guys on this assembly line. It works very efficiently. This is something that we set up during COVID, and it's really exponentially helped us to grow and scale because the order volume has increased drastically, especially since 2012, when I had a couple machines coming in. And we're very thankful for those early customers. So we're going out of the shipping receiving entrance here of the building. We actually, a lot of people don't know this, but we rebuilt the whole back side of this building last year. We had to tear the wall out, we had to tear the floor out, we had to fix it. These buildings were old, most of them were wooden. There's up towards the front where the assembly line is, that's newer construction, so it's I-beams and concrete, but back here it was wood. This part of the building was actually built in 1898. And there are pictures of kids online working upstairs before child labor laws existed. It's a cool little piece of history. The city of Lincolnton, they actually didn't think anybody was ever going to use this property again. I'm pretty sure of that. And I gave them my word that we would fix it up and we would use it, you know, to its fullest potential. And that's what we've been doing. The building you see behind me here is one of 3 buildings on the property. There's a total of 130,000 square feet available here. We have 21.5 acres of land, and again, right now we're occupying 50,000. But back here, this is our metal fab division. This is where all of the crafty, skilled work goes on, where these guys have to know what the heck they're doing. I was self-taught in this department. These guys were actually professionally trained in schools. But right here, behind you, we have 2-story offices, and this is where a lot of our engineering goes and happens. This is where some of our management for the metal fab division goes and happens. And this was a new addition from 2019. So these guys, we have more offices back here for these individuals. And as you can see, here's some of the raw cabinets that we have that have just been metal fabbed, and these are ready to go to powder coat. Again, that's one thing we don't do on the property, we don't powder coat. At least we don't do it yet. This is an awesome building. We have a lot of good stuff in here. We have metal fab machines. We have laser cutters. We have laser cutters, fiber laser. We have 2 of them. We have CNC press brakes. So this is how we form and bend all of your parts before we weld them. In there, that's where they're welding. And I'll show you real quick that little bit. But again, and here's where we do all the fabrication. So this is where it starts with a flat piece of material that you can see here. And by the time we're done with it, the flat piece, we have a little bit of scrap left over that we send back and have it recycled. But just different parts and pieces scattered throughout, different machines and different stages of production. But we bring in a ton of sheet metal. We're one of the highest users of sheet metal in this region. We've been told that with our distributors, both stainless steel predominantly and carbon steel. Stainless steel went up to $1,000 a sheet this past 2 years. Used to be like $200 a sheet. So we've had a lot of price increases that have happened, but rightfully so, because we keep absorbing all these costs. We have other fiber lasers in the building, or not fiber, but we have CO2 lasers. That helps us cut non-ferrous or non-metallic materials. We cut rubber, we cut acrylic, PVC, different materials that can be cut on a CO2, we cut them, wood, and that's how we do prototyping, and that's how we make parts for production. But this is another building that they said would be a complete demolition job, and we proved everybody wrong. Back when I started, I had a hope and a dream, and I didn't realize that I could come across a property to grow a business like this, and it was really just kind of like the perfect timing, you know, where we had a building that needed to be renovated, and the building had a business that needed to go into it. It was just like perfect. And so here we are, and we are super happy with that. It's going to get a little noisy. I'll just give you a real quick pan shot or walk through here, but this is the fabrication area. Stuff gets a little crazy in here at times, but this is where all the fun stuff happens too. Awesome. So every product that we ship is about 50% metal, whether it's one of our polymer cabinets or a full-blown metal cabinet, which is 100%. So everything runs through this part of the factory in the very beginning of the stages. So it, it makes it through the engineering department, and then it goes out for production, cutting, bending, welding, and then post-finishing, which is powder coating. But it's quite amazing at how much metal we actually use every day and every week to build products. We're building high-end automated equipment that could be up to 6 feet, 8 feet long. We build small little metal cabinets like the micros and the 800 bases and the 800 FLs and the 1200 cabinets. And those take, again, 50% metal. But everything we use has metal at some place. Doors are aluminum, stands are, metal. So again, it's amazing like how much metal we have to fabricate every day. And these were big investments for us in 2019 and 2020, and for the fiber lasers and the press brakes. And wow, we can do things so fast. And so it's a lot of fun. But we'll give you kind of a quick pan shot. We're kind of in the middle of the property from the fab shop looking towards the front of the road. And I love this place. This place has been my home for now about 5 years. And I've spent every living, breathing, working minute either renovating the property, finding contractors to help, or working Vapor Honing Technologies business and growing that business. So yeah, we're really excited about the years to come, and we've really set the stage to be the world's largest producer of wet blasting equipment in the world. And we are certainly right there right now. We have a worldwide distribution presence right now, so I would consider ourselves to be the world's largest wet blasting cabinet manufacturer and distributor today. With the amount of volume that we produce, the sales revenue that we have, I mean, we have become, from a little tiny garage, a superpower in manufacturing. And for all of you wondering out there, do you need money to start? You actually don't. You just need the hardest working mentality, that never quit, that drive that nobody can tell you no. That's all you need, and you can be successful. And yeah, you have to have a good team behind you, right? You gotta have 32 people plus, and we're growing every day. But I'm gonna finish this tour off. We went through the office space, we went through the assembly warehouse area, and we went through the metal fab shop. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. We look forward to seeing you here if you're gonna come out and do some demos with us. As always, thanks for watching.